This
You
is
guys
some
are just
smooth jazz, man.
you guys were quiet after the theme song, after the Little Einstein's theme song. So
I'm trying that out of my memory.
I'm
it's gonna be
contemplating life. It was a very existential song.
Yeah.
with you the
Live.
rest of the night. So whatever. That's it. That's it. It's done. Oh man, this thing still says. So the last time I used the camera was for Rant 111. Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
I'm not using my high def camera. I guess I could.
Nah, you look better this way.
Oh, I see. I get it.
No,
We
it
get.
gives you a very avant-garde, artsy look, man. It's where it's at.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever that means. In fact, I think it might be. It's. I don't know. If it slows down my computer, I'm gonna turn it off. Because I'm still using the old school here. So here we are, Rant 114, the 4th of July quasi episode of Pyramid 3. No structure, no script, uncensored, unedited. I don't know, limited. I don't know.
I'm sure we can fit a Hillary Clinton email server joke in there too somewhere. It'll work.
Oh, nice. Where's my rim shot? I don't have a good rim shot loaded up. This thing, yeah. So you can see my face. Hi. And then I'm turning that off because it's slowing down the computer. I don't want it to turn off because you guys complain a lot whenever we have to start the show over multiple times.
Technological issues.
So I don't know if it's a July beer or not. Let me turn this on real quick just to show my beer here. But I went and grabbed a stout. We were just at HEB, which is the grocery stores here, Rick, and it's just the Storm King has like that apple. Yeah.
It's like Dirt Wolf. Before it is just for what you're getting for the price. It's a really good beer.
Yeah, it says emerging from the deepest shades of darkness, a rolling crescendo of flavors burst forth from the robust stout.
Yeah, it's just a really good kind of hoppy imperial stout. They did a good job with it. It's like $8 a 4-pack too.
I always like reading these cities, like Downingtown, Pennsylvania. Downingtown. It's either Downingtown or Downington, but there's a W, so it's Downingtown, Pennsylvania, right? Okay.
I mean, depends where you're from. Some people would just ignore the W.
Okay, so it's definitely Downington. Yeah.
I mean, dude, where I'm from, people instead of saying creek, they say crick. There's no I in that word. They still say it that way.
Crick. How do you say? You ever hear someone say popcorn instead of popcorn?
Popcorn.
Yeah.
I haven't, but I could see someone doing that, like Midwest or something.
I was watching The Office, and Phyllis is making a bag of popcorn in the microwave, and she's like, Pam is complaining because they're having the finer
They're having the finer things thing, right?
She's like, can't you make the She's like, but it smells like popcorn. But anyway, oh yeah, so that's the stout I'm drinking. I didn't do much for 4th of July. It was this guy's first. Oh, dude, Costello's turning 1 on the 22nd. How insane is that? Since the podcast, we've been potting for over a year.
That's crazy. That's who's Costello?
And that's the demise.
I know who your little offspring is.
You had a kid, right? Oh, no, I don't.
I thought you just babysat a lot.
Dude, thank God Rick doesn't have me on Snapchat. He'd be getting crazy amount of snaps from of my kid. That's all I do.
The snaps. It's literally like water, baby, water, baby.
And then I've been doing this thing lately where it's like hot or nah. I don't know where it came from, but I've been just, anytime I find someone that's over the age of 18 or just random objects that are literally like temperature hot, I take a picture of it and say hot or nah. And I don't know. I've had some people question it. They're like, dude, you're married. I was like, it's a joke, so calm down. Not really asking you. You can calm down. But anyways, so we just bought fireworks in our backyard. This is the first 4th of July we have at this house, and I grew up in the country out in Great Creek, Texas, and you had like an acre of property where you could pop whatever fireworks you want. Here in the city, completely different ball game. Everybody's right next to each other. There's trees everywhere above you. There's no open range or anything like that. So we just stuck with fountains this year. I spent about $20 on fireworks.
It's not
Remember
bad. It's
back
cheap.
in the day, I used to like cash in around like $200 on fireworks and just have a whole like night. But I guess other priorities come in, like my kid, diapers, shit like that.
What?
Those Baby Einstein videos aren't cheap.
Baby Einstein. One,
No
two,
more.
1, 2, 3. I'm assuming you guys are drinking beer as well, given that this is a Beer Me 3 podcast. I would hope so.
Nah, man, we're
Maybe.
revolution. We're drinking wine.
Oh
I-
yes.
I did drink wine earlier just to see what happens.
Teresa wasn't here for the last podcast, which is I think it was Rant 112.
I still
And,
haven't even listened
It's like
to it.
progressively getting like I don't know. It starts rambling more and more as the podcast went. I was like, what is happening? And then he just signs off. He's like, boom. Oh. Okay.
Done.
And then it's just
Yeah,
me and
I died.
Oh,
You know what they
anyway.
say, kids? Don't party too hard.
Yeah, you were Jello shots? Is that what's going on there, man?
Yeah,
You
don't.
people do Jello shots, man.
Where were you having Jello shots on a Wednesday? Like, I'm not judging the Jello shots. I will
Thank you
partake.
for bringing that
But
up.
I've
Yeah.
not had them on a Wednesday in a
Random
while.
birthday party where someone was taking Thursday off.
All right.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't expecting that. I just also, it's been a while.
I mean, there's so much work that goes into Jello shots, so you can't not have them if they're there.
I know, and it's hot, so you just kind of do it. No, bad choice.
Oh no, they never end in good choices, or never.
No.
is a good choice.
They can be fun choices, though. I will say that.
What about the Jello shots you see at the beer store or the liquor store?
You know,
Oh, yeah,
what?
like the little pre-made ones by the register.
They're so
Yeah, they're like-
expensive too.
Plastic baggies, where they're just like these plastic containers. Someone's buying these.
Well, yeah.
Hey, so apparently Pokemon Go is like a thing now. I don't know
What
if
the
you
heck is that?
I saw.
I've seen so many posts about that.
Well, I was posting a
it's-
beer picture of my beer and this, and then I see my guy, one of my friends says it's nearby, and it has these two Pokemon. He's like, "Come on, South Texas, let's see what Pokemon you've got." I was like, "I don't know what this is."
Yeah,
Wait,
I
so
mean,
is
it's...
this Pokemon on your phone?
Yeah,
Can
but
you
it's
put
not just that it's on
Pokemon
your
on your
phone. It uses GPS to know where you are, so you can, like, as you're walking around, you would actually, like, run into
Stop.
Pokemon and could catch them.
Stop.
There's other
That
games
is-
that are like that, like where it's
Google
GPS
Park's
based.
brilliant and nerdy.
I'm very much debating whether or not I want to get it.
Oh, you do. You want it.
It's part of Michelle Obama's like campaign against. So
Yep. Get people playing video games outside.
they got government funding for Pokemon Go just so that kids will get off their asses.
Stop.
Pretty cool. I have some lame beer jokes if you want to hear one real quick.
Of course.
Yeah.
What is a man's idea of a balanced diet?
Beer.
A beer in each hand. Boom.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
man.
can't
And that
tell
is
us jokes
balanced.
if you're not going to have that rim shot cued. I'm
Look at
disappointed.
Or at least like a really bad laugh track.
Rick, are you drinking? Are you drinking a beer?
Yeah, I've just got an IPA, a local one, Intuition I-10 IPA. It's a West Coast style. It's honestly a really good solid IPA. The brewery's like a mile and a half from my house, and you can find it's one of those beers you can find in like every gas station, every convenience store, and every grocery store in the state of Florida, at least Northeast Florida.
Oh,
So it's
that's
kinda
cool.
nice.
That happens.
Yeah, it's nice that it's that widespread.
Over here, Hopadillo from Carbach Brewing. I drank one on the show before, but that's becoming just like you can find it, like you said, everywhere at any convenience store. Here, there's Stripes, and you find them at all the Stripes now. I was like, dang, you're just like carrying craft beer now. It's cool. It's just like a thing.
Is
now.
Stripes a gas station or what is
Yeah,
it?
it's a gas station. Yeah. There. I don't know. Like, do you have gas stations throughout the same type of gas? What am I trying? The same company? gas
Yeah, through the
station?
state of Florida, and some of
What
them
are they?
go up into like the Carolinas, like Kangaroo. I don't know if you have that out there.
Yeah, I would totally go to a kangaroo.
I know, I won't lie, I'm a sucker for it just because it's called Kangaroo.
I
Oh,
imagine you would like Buc-ee's then, on the premise of animals.
Isn't there one? Ooh, there's one. Obviously, since this means it's gonna be dinosaur related, but there was a dinosaur one I swear in one of the Pee Wee movies. I think I swear he stops at a gas station. It's dinosaur themed. Like
let's see.
maybe it was just made up for the movie.
Um,
Let me jump
I
on the
don't
Google.
know. I know that like when we drove, so like Buc-ee's is a huge convenience store chain, and they're like little logos of beaver. And when we were driving to New Orleans, it was like Buc-ee's just increasing numbers like towards Houston, and then once we went east of Houston, it was like this. It was some like alligator, but it was just like Buc-ee's on the inside, except for instead of a beaver, everything was an alligator.
Oh, it's an alligator instead of a beaver. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That
I
makes
can't
sense.
remember what it's called. It was like probably Cajun some shit or something. I don't know.
They probably got something
Ooh,
like that in Florida. It's just like huge, like overly huge gas stations. They're like super clean, but they
But
offer like.
Buc-ee's is like super clean. Yes, like always stop at a Buc-ee's. Phenomenal
go to
bathrooms.
um, go to the link I just sent you guys.
I'm looking at it. It's not letting me go through. But is that the gas station? Because I looked it up. This is Cabazon Dinosaur.
Yeah, it's a gas station. It's Capizone Dinosaurs, but it's the dinosaurs are there, but it's not actually a gas station chain.
What?
So never mind. I wish it was real, but it's not.
They were built by Claude Bell, who ran the adjacent Will Inn on I-10. Oh, look, I-10 runs all the way over there.
Hmm.
Claude,
That's
11
that's
years.
why. Oh, hey, that's why the I-10 IPA made in Jacksonville is a West Coast style because Jacksonville's right off I-10. I-10 goes to Jacksonville and goes all the way to the West Coast. So,
Nice.
haha, put them. So sadly, those dinosaurs in that scene are part of a creationist museum, actually.
Creationist Museum. Ken Ham. Hashtag Ken Ham.
Ugh, that guy.
He knows it all.
Hmm.
No, get him out of here.
I'm trying to find a picture of like. I'm trying to find a picture of the Buc-ee's in New Braunfels because when it was built at the time, it was the biggest convenience store in the world. Like I don't think you understand, Rick. You need to know.
You need to know.
Man, if we're gonna start doing that, you guys need to know about Wawa. I will
Wawa.
spread the
I've
gospel of
heard of the
Wawa.
name.
Yeah, because
What is
people on
Wawa?
Facebook who know what it is blow it up. It's just a convenience store, but it's basically Jersey, I think some of Delaware, Pennsylvania, small location, and then started they got a footprint in Orlando, Florida, and now I think some are coming to Jax, and then eventually Tampa. Just a convenience store, but they're really good. They have really good coffee, and they have a good sandwich station, like kind of like it's like a Subway, like make whatever sandwich you want, but theirs are actually pretty genuinely good.
Are they massive in size?
No, they're just very high quality.
Okay. Sounds, I guess, kind of like a Buc-ee's. People go crazy about Buc-ee's.
Well, it's just I just mean it in that people go crazy for it, so it's just similar in that aspect at least.
So,
Yeah, I love Buc-ee's.
so a bee goes into a bar, and 2 hours later, comes out buzzing. Oh,
Okay, that was a lot better than the first one, and still so amazingly corny. I love it. That one was like you almost saw it coming a mile away, and it's just like, this guy.
Come on, what happened?
I see what he did there. I thought that was a good one. Teresa, what are you drinking over there?
Oh my god, you caught me yawning. Sorry.
Of
I am
course, I
drinking.
always catch at the wrong time. This is becoming like a thing with you. Like,
Yeah, I know. I'm drinking a Beta Seersucker Summer Pills. I'm gonna turn my camera back on for a second so y'all can see. Because I'm a literal player. It is literally blue. But also, these nice, fine white folk are wearing seersucker pants and sitting in their Adirondack chairs. And I was like, that's pretty fucking American.
you look like King
So
of the
I
Hill.
got the beer.
King of the Hill. That's what they remind me of.
It's only 4.8 ABV, but it's really easy drinking. Like, I could sit here and, or drink at the lake all day on it. So
Oh, wow.
it's a
This is
solid.
9.1%. I'm looking at my stout here. Jesus. Okay. We
It
gotta
is
slow
an
down.
imperial stout, brother.
I'm just gonna start yelling at you. What happened to this? Let's see here. I don't know what else. Hey, what did you guys do for 4th of July? Because, I mean, we popped some fireworks in the backyard, and then Laura wanted to take Costello downtown, and we ended up sitting in traffic while we watched the fireworks from afar, and that was fun.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. We went down to Orlando, actually, to see some of our old friends from when we lived there. It's a set of twins. Colleen, my wife, went to college and vet school with them, and they stayed in Orlando. Their mom works for Disney, and they're Disney people. So we went down and went to Fort Wilderness. Their parents have a trailer, and because she works, she gets a great deal. So they go all the time just to chill in their trailer. So did the trailer with the family. They both have each young child, and then we just did the pool, slide, ate dinner there. Just real relaxed. It was nice.
Anything exciting happen? Somebody blow their fingers off or anything?
Yeah, it was Disney. It was pretty good. No gators ate any kids.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking insane.
Too soon. I know, hashtag too soon, but I know that isn't. But you know what? Even before I lived in Florida, I knew it was bad. But I mean, they were from the Midwest. They don't. It's Florida. If there's a body of water, you have to assume there's an alligator in it. Doesn't matter what body of water it is. You basically have to assume you have to be careful. And that stinks in Disney too. I mean, the World Lagoon and they have another one. There's two large bodies of water they have and they all connect. Little waterways and lakes and streams and stuff. I mean, they are very active getting rid of their gators, but there's just, it was a freak accident and it really sucks and it's sad, but there was nothing that could have been done. I mean, they shouldn't have been in the water, but I mean, you're not going to think about it. Only 1 foot deep.
Did they find the kid?
They found his body, yeah, supposedly. He was not eaten, though. Just killed.
Yeah,
Not that makes it much better, but...
He was 2 years old, dude. I can't imagine. You know what I hate about having a kid is that stories like that just, like, fucking, like, mess with my head more. I'm just like, damn it. Just because I have a kid.
Yeah, so that was sad, but I had a good 4th. I brought 2 growlers from Aardwolf here in Jacksonville. Just a nice pale ale, a nice IPA. Shared them with my friend. And, sat in a pool, ate fried chicken. Did not get eaten.
I saw this thing on Twitter that says somebody has no idea that this is the last weekend they'll have 10 fingers. This is funny.
Aww.
Oh, well, hell, I was reading a story about some teenager. They tied together, I think, 200 sparklers in the one giant sparkler and lit it, and it basically made a small bomb and blew his fingers off one hand.
Yep. There he is. That's the kid. That's who that.
Oh,
that
man. Talk about bad ideas. Jeez.
As I'm podcasting here, Kaz is putting his hands under the door, and he's just saying, "Dada." It's like looking for. Get out of here. Go watch Einstein.
Like a bad horror movie.
You know what gets me about that show? They're called Little Einsteins, but like the whole time they're like fucking asking you questions. So, what button is broken on here? I'm like, hey jackass, you're the Einstein. It's right there in front of you. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, that would probably be tough to watch. I mean, it's like watching Dora the Explorer, or oh man, what's the one I was watching with somebody's kid, Doc McStuffins or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've heard of that one. My sister.
Oh, she's like a vet for toys because the toys all come to life. So she's a veterinarian, like stuffed animals and shit. She just asks questions and you're just like, oh, I want to kill this bitch. She's so dumb.
You're a fucking doctor.
Yeah, you're a doctor. You're a vet.
You get paid for this.
There's a thorn in its paw. Come on, get your shit together.
Oh man. Hey, before I forget, Teresa, don't let me forget about your trip to New Orleans because that was.
Stop. Oh, I think we actually did discuss that.
That and 9-inch nail tattoos. Don't let me forget.
That's really disgusting.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
but
was
right
that 9-inch nails tattoos? Do you have one?
No.
No, we're gonna come back to that. We'll come back to it. First, what did you do for?
Empty promises, Miguel.
I just want to know what. I was trying to stay consistent with the theme that we somewhat have going. What did you do for 4th of July? Chill.
Me?
Make big
Is it my
sparkler
turn?
bomb. Yeah.
No, we went over to a friend of a friend. They have a condo that's like downtown, right south of the river, in So we went to the pool, inflated the 6-foot swan.
Oh yeah, you went to that. Where was that? Downtown Austin?
Yeah, so like, downtown is mostly north of the river, and they have a condo that's like, or they living in a condo that's like 2 blocks south of the river.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. And then we were like, they had a rooftop bar that we originally wanted to go watch fireworks from, but it was limited to residents. And so we're like, that's fine. We're just gonna walk down to the bridge at firework time. And like halfway through the day, the person's condo we were at, he has another friend that's like, hey, y'all want to come over? Just bring whoever you have. We're watching fireworks from our pool, because they didn't have any kind of restrictions on, who could be there. It wasn't limited to guests or whatever, or limited to residents, I mean. So we went over there, and we're like right in front of the fireworks. It was awesome.
Nice. Nice.
Very cool.
Drank some booze, grilled some burgers. I had a scary moment. I had this bottle of vodka, and I was like, I'm not going to take this whole bottle. I'm going to fill my water bottle. It's like a 20-ounce water bottle. I was like, I'm going to fill it halfway up. And that's all the vodka I really need for the day. I'm going to take that in a water bottle with a mixer. If I run out, I run out. And I finished that half a bottle of, the water bottle. I finished that 10 ounces, while we're at the pool, and I was like, shit, I don't even feel a buzz.
Rush.
And turns out it was only 12%. It's a vodka cocktail in a bottle, not real vodka.
You probably drink stronger beers than that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was like, well, at least I'm not an alcoholic. Because I was like, I'm going to have to sit down and have a talk with myself.
Just you become that
like,
person.
I drank half a bottle of vodka and I didn't catch a buzz. But no, that's okay.
Man, yeah, that'd be nuts.
I basically drank half of a very strong beer.
So it wasn't that party that you posted the picture of your husband without a shirt on. I think that was maybe the previous weekend. I don't know. Y'all go outing every freaking weekend. I don't know.
No, yeah, it was the previous weekend. My cousins were in town, and we had made reservations over at Hamilton Pool. So, for Rick, Hamilton Pool is, I'll find a link, but it's basically a kind of cave that fell out in the ground, and there's like this nice, gorgeous natural pool. And you used to be able to just go out there whenever, but now it's by reservation only. Well, you saw the pictures. We're Facebook friends.
Oh, true. We are Facebook official.
Facebook. Not real
But
friends.
we went out there with our cousins. I just sent a picture. And it actually looks like that right now. Like the water's a really pretty green color and the waterfall's flowing. So, yeah. That was super fun.
No, wait, what does that mean? A cave that fell out? Like it toppled, like the roof of the cave came in, so now it's just all open?
Hold on.
I was
I'm
wondering.
not a scientist.
I've been in a couple caves. Went to a cave. Where was that? Branson, Missouri. You know. And, and Sonora Caverns here in Texas. Those were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Caves are kind of mysterious, and then they get boring pretty quick. It's just like, oh, okay, cool.
It's it says collapsed grotto.
Grotto.
When you're driving out there, it's the hill country and it's super hilly. So, where the waterfall's coming out, it's like flat land. You have to actually walk down to the pool like a quarter mile.
Uh-huh.
But you can tell it's just like this hole that fell in, and there's the stalactites or mites, whichever ones come down from the ceiling. There's all those hanging there.
That sounds cool. I need to go find this place. I want to check it out.
It's really cool. And it's, some people were cranky about the whole reservation thing. I don't mind because it's about 45 minutes from our house. It's like, I don't want to drive all the way down there and find out that it's closed or people don't leave and you can't ever get in, which happened to us a few years ago.
Yeah, I'm all about organized fun. No.
Yeah, and it's like $26. Like, you pay $11 online to reserve it and then $15 to park. So I'm like, $26 per car, not person, but just per car, and like goes to the parks. Like, great. I know I have a reservation. Lovely. So yeah, it was great.
Sweet deal. So Now that's a good segue into. Oh, I have another beer joke I could tell you guys. Uh, Um, let's see. Um, no, I don't like that one. If beer, coffee, or a nap can't cure it, we've got a serious problem. Oh, that's just a saying. That's stupid. No,
That was a
erase
really
it.
bad joke, Miguel.
That's
Wow.
a-
Very true.
That was
Terrible
a
joke.
horrible joke.
I
Terrible
know.
joke.
Some of these jokes are pretty
I
lame. I
know
just
you're
like
a dad, dude, but come on.
like,
That was just bad for even dad joke standard.
it's like, you know what's fun about being sober? Nothing. That's like.
That's depressing.
Seriously.
This is another good. It's like, if beer pong was a sport, I'd have a full scholarship. These are kind of lame. I'm gonna go to another website. It's kind of rough, Miguel. Rough McGruff. Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Scruff
Is that
and
really?
Gruff, Chicago,
Scruff.
Illinois, 60652.
Okay. Chill.
Dude, I remember that
That
jingle, and
address.
then that was the
Go
address
ahead.
you used to mail them back in the 90s.
I
Taking a
remember the it was like on Nickelodeon, and they had like a popsicle stick.
Stick,
placed in the
Stickly.
popsicle.
It was
Yeah, and
mail
hit
me,
that
Stick Stickly, P.O. Box 963,
963,
New York City, New York State,
10108.
10108. Boom.
Yep. I wonder what happened. Ooh, we should mail something to him. Like, I wonder
It's gonna
what
be like some
that mail.
laundromat. They're gonna be like, oh my god, people, stop sending us shit.
They're so.
Why are there popsicle sticks in this envelope?
Oh.
God, I remember that. And I remember there was one summer they were doing this like overarching storyline through the whole summer, where it was him on this very slow journey to New York City to meet his twin brother, and he had to meet him at the top of the Twin Towers. They were twins, get it?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't end in the towers coming down. It has a happy ending.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
'cause
except for it doesn't for us, because now we know that those
Yeah.
aren't there anymore.
yeah, and for all we know, maybe Stick Stickly and his brother were there that day visiting and died.
Dickly and his brother. I didn't have Nickelodeon growing up, so.
Oh, you poor thing.
These don't make any sense to me.
It's just jingles from our childhood.
You
Sure,
know
you got
what's crazy?
some.
You remember those addresses? I find that pretty amazing.
I wouldn't have if you just said it to me, but you put it in a little snazzy jingle and listened to it for like 2 straight summers. Oh, you'll
Yeah.
remember it.
Everyone talks about the address from Finding Nemo, but that was like that was too far.
I was old, but I still know it because I love Disney movies. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
What the fuck? Damn. You might like be like a beautiful mind over here.
Yeah,
Oh.
but with like jingles and Disney movies. It's not very fancy.
You know, it's funny because like growing up, I mean, there was other shows that did that. Yeah, mail in your blah 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 to this address, and my mind would get so jumbled up, and it'd be like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. I don't know. It's just like wah 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 wah, California. I'm like, oh okay, California. I got this. But
Did
that's-
you guys ever like mail anything in? Like, did you mail like some cereal box tops in, or did you write to Stick Stickly?
I never wrote to somebody like a letter, but I did do mailbox tops a couple times. Like, you know, like fucking Fruity Pebbles and shit, where like, oh, you send in 10 from General Mills cereals and you get. I remember, what was it? It was GAC. I got Nickelodeon
Oh.
GAC, and then another time they're Floam.
I get it. Yeah. Floam.
And those things were both super cool.
I was trying to tell somebody about that. I mean, it was a while back, and I was like, it was like, BD.
It was basically like styrofoam and glue, but not
Yeah.
glue. It was like styrofoam that was moist that you could mold.
It was like styrofoam and gack.
Basically, yeah. And GAC, man, was the coolest. Like a little like a little tub of slime. What's not to like?
That smelled a little peculiar.
Yeah, I've been in labs before and smelled chemicals that reminded me of GAC though. So it was just like
See, like my.
some slimy material.
Is that the stuff you leave it out to dry and it hardens?
No, it was basically like a little thing of slime that you could play with, but not. It wasn't too sticky, so like not sticky at all really, but it still acted like slime, so you'd like save it and play with it again later. The Floam was the styrofoam that was almost styrofoamy and slimy at the same time, but that held its form. And if you left it out to out, it did dry, but I don't think you were
Yeah.
supposed to do that.
No, it like would dry and shrink up. I remember because like I don't remember if we. I don't think we got off a cereal box. I think we bought it, but we had like a lime green and a hot pink, which is clearly my favorite, and maybe a blue one. But yeah,
Hmm.
thanks Nickelodeon. Thanks for the memories.
Hmm. Do you remember during? Okay, so if we're going on Nickelodeon Lane, do you remember growing up? So during Halloween time, they used to have those like, you would call in and try to like, it was like during commercial breaks and in between shows. If you were able to call in and you were like the winner, kind of like a radio show, it would be like it'd be like a computer graphic animation on the screen. It'd be one long like cul-de-sac with a bunch of haunted houses, and you had to hit numbers on your on the telephone or say them out loud to pick. Like all the houses had a number, and you pick it, and your avatar would walk to the house, and the door would open, and it would either be like, oh, it was a monster, so you lose, or it could be like, oh, you won, $10,000, or you won like a Toys R Us gift spree. Do you remember that?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
I
Like very.
freaking remember that, but I haven't found someone else who remembers it.
Huh.
Might be making it up, dude.
Oh, it was one of those things like I watched. We didn't have Disney Channel growing up because for whatever reason, I remember Disney was only on cable. We'd get it for like a week every year, and that was it.
Yeah, that's when I would get Disney.
And
That's funny.
we never had Cartoon Network. Like Cartoon Network didn't come until I was in high school, and at that point, I didn't like those shows. I didn't get it once it came. I was a little older. But Nickelodeon, like I grew up, I watched it, a little WB, but man, Nickelodeon.
I remember
See,
the
we
Disney.
didn't have.
Go ahead. Sorry.
We had Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. Like I literally remember, like Nickelodeon was channel 45 and Cartoon Network was 46. We didn't have the CW until like I was in high school, or like like out and about. Like I wasn't staying home and watching TV. But
I love that you knew what channel it was.
I remember VH1 was channel 29 and MTV was 64. I don't know. I don't remember.
I remember you had to put everything in channel 3 before you could turn on the VCR for your Nintendo.
Well,
Yep.
clearly.
Super Nintendo. Those are the days.
Oh man, Super 90s.
Oh, but we definitely did not have Disney because that was like a premium.
Yeah, that's what Rick was saying. You'd have
Yeah.
it that week in the summer, and then
But the
Well,
weird
they
part
get
was,
you while you're home, and they're like, "Mom, pay for this."
we eventually did get it though. Like when we got Cartoon Network when I was in high school, and I want to say we got Disney a little before it, like maybe junior high we got Disney, because I remember watching the Disney Channel original movies growing up too. So we got Disney first, but I don't know why.
See, and I remember we got Disney. I don't know if it's because we changed like cable providers, but by the time my little brother, because he's 10 years younger than me, like he grew up on Disney shows. Like he watched like That's So Raven and the one with the twin blonde boys and the
Oh,
It's
Zach
all
and
those.
Cody or something, the hotel one, right?
yes,
yeah, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
that's right. I was like something. Yes. So he watched all that stuff.
Good deal, dude. I don't know these shows. I would watch so I didn't have MTV growing up, so I would catch when Disney Channel became a regular thing, and they would occasionally air music videos, and I'd be like, oh, that's what the kids at school are talking about. I get it now. I remember catching those. But I was gonna say about that week when Disney would be on during the summer. I remember you'd be watching your shows, and then there would be like a small little break where they show like the call center, and it's like, call now to order Disney. And they show like the
Right.
people on the phones talking to us. You're like, oh,
That's
yeah.
too funny.
Ordering that. Anyways, we've ventured off into a whole new another world here of 90s and our quasi storm beers, or I said storm, Storm King, but our quasi July 4th beers.
Yeah, it was freeform.
Well,
Okay,
it's
fine.
not your fault.
Screw it.
You're telling terrible beer jokes. So we
Yeah,
have to, like,
okay, fine.
save it
So
somehow.
we're going freeform, so now it's my turn. I'm going to ask you guys a question.
Okay, hang on, I'm ready.
Such
What is your
hesitation.
opinion? No, okay, so you guys, now the beer cast, I mean, Miguel, it's been going on for over a year now, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we've been doing this for a while. Guys have both been diving into the beer world, and with doing so, obviously, you're going to talk more about it, maybe read more about it, look stuff up, maybe. I don't know how deep it is, but are there any beers on your guys' personal like checklist, like beers that you would really want to try at least once, like tick them off your list? Like, do you have any whales? Are there anything that you've been?
You know what? The one I've been seeing everywhere, and I want to try it, is Delirium, with the little elephant from.
Okay.
I want to buy that one literally every time I'm at the store.
I always see it, and I'm just like, it looks good, but then it also looks like it could. I don't know. It also looks like it might just have Pepto-Bismol inside. I don't know why I think that. That's what I
It's
think.
because it has not a glass bottle, and know who else does those like really opaque solid bottles? Freaking Rogue.
Oh yeah, Rogue.
So I know what you mean, but apparently Delirium's pretty good from what I've heard. It's a Belgian style, I think.
Yeah.
When you asked that question, that's what came to mind, because it has the guy from, or the little elephant from Dumbo. And I think the picture of Dumbo that's on there is from the scene in the movie Dumbo when he gets drunk off beer. Like it's
Stop. Wait, you're serious about the Dumbo thing? I thought you were
It
making
looks
that
very
up.
sure.
No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is
You're
because
making that up.
they called that sequence Delirium. I might be completely wrong, but it kind of all clicked, all these like check.
Miguel, not all elephants are the same.
Elephant lives matter. Got it.
Oh man,
I was gonna go there, but I was like, too soon.
Dude, if it's not too soon to talk about that kid getting eaten by a gator in Disney, it's not too soon for that.
Sure. So, I have this is a bar joke. It's not a beer joke. It works.
Pink elephant.
So, is it the same elephant?
No, it's just a pink elephant.
Yeah, but I think it's the one from Dumbo.
Sorry.
I'm gonna check it out.
You're from Dumbo.
Aged. No, tell your joke.
I'm on the Google. Hang on, Dumbo, Delirium.
I like how he gets away from the microphone, like he had to go in the other room to get Google.
No, it's over here. It is. Oh, it's not.
Told you.
But they're the same color as. Wait.
It's very similar.
Yeah. Hang on. There's a little piece on here. Let me see. Delirium Tremens beer of how a pink elephant conquered the world. Jumbo Jr. is
I threw a link. Whoa, that's a nice pool.
Kill 4 figures in his animated. There's a famous scene in the movie in which Jumbo Jr. becomes drunk and begins hallucinating, seeing a trope of pink elephants perform a strange and terrifying sequence of absurd dances. If you remember that from the Dumbo movie, like, it freaked me the fuck out. I remember that.
Terrifying.
Now,
so you're
the pink
saying
elephant is everywhere because it can be found on the logo of the brewery. It is. It's from the dream sequence, the hallucination one. It's not
okay, that's
Dumbo.
a little different than saying it was Dumbo, because I thought you were saying that elephant was Dumbo.
Movie.
From Dumbo.
Yeah, it's okay. Look at all the exceptions and constraints of my statement that are pulled out.
I take things literal as shit. I got a blue beer, like the label is blue. Okay, I get the pink elephant thing. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, so it's from Dumbo. You're welcome. You're welcome, Teresa. And for sharing my knowledge of pink elephants.
Yeah, boom, you got schooled. Okay, that's interesting. That wasn't what I was expecting, because that's a beer. I don't know about you, but I don't necessarily think I could find it all the time, but I could definitely find it.
No, it's even at H-E-B. Like, I always thought it was just at Specs when I saw it, but, like, H-E-B always carries it now.
Maybe I just overlook it. Maybe it is everywhere I look. I'll start checking. But it's not one of those beers I ever thought to have, because something about me always just was like, never mind. But I was thinking, I asked a question because some people just have beers where they're like, oh, it's this beer I heard that should be awesome, or oh, it's this beer I looked into, or I tried it, or, the keg kicked at some beer festival. I never got to try it. I always wanted to, but it's funny you gave one that's actually still around and feasible.
What was the other one?
I always wanted to try the prairie beers, but I finally got one I've had a couple of them now for some of the podcasts.
What ones have you had, out of curiosity? Some of their
Prairie.
saisons.
I had Prairie Gold and one where people were having a picnic and the label was blue.
Was it another kind of funky saison-y beer?
Um,
I
it
can't think of
wasn't
which one that is.
too funky, and it was really light. Like it wasn't as heavy. Like it wasn't as high ABV as the
Yeah.
golds.
I would say those I all like, but Prairie, I think they're barrel-aged ones. All the bombs, regular bomb, barrel-aged bomb, pirate bomb, all of them. Christmas bomb, and then they have just their Noir series are a bunch of imperial stouts barrel-aged. Um, all those beers are really, really good. I'd say they're the best ones.
Actually, and I had another Prairie one. I had the Tulsa Rugby Ale at a brewery. I actually went to Jester King Brewery. I had one of their beers, and
Oh
I
man,
didn't
that's
like it.
awesome. We got together.
I didn't love their beer so much. And then they have so many other beers there that are not. They have like 5 of their own beers and like 75 other beers. But I had that Tulsa one there. I had the Bomb. Oh, maybe I've had 4. I've had the Prairie Bomb. I've had the Prairie Gold.
So I just had the bomb and then the sour one that we tried. His initial C something. I don't forget what it was. It had a really cool cover art though. I was like, dang, that's dope.
Yeah, they have a very distinct artistic style to their labels. They're definitely weird with it.
Maybe I did have the standard because I don't see the other one. Like I don't see the label unless it was a seasonal. But they have the Christmas one on this list, so that doesn't. My argument isn't valid.
So a skunk walks into a bar. Hey, where did everybody go? He's a skunk, so y'all left.
Get it.
Nope.
Cue up the crickets. Did you get the cricket one? Because those guys.
I like that. Okay, so this is a good. Let me see. I don't know if it's a good one. You might like. A woman and a duck walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Where'd you get the pig?" The woman says, "That's not a pig. This is a duck." He says, "I was talking to the duck."
Boo.
Is the lady, I guess, looked like a pig. I don't know.
Prairie Hop. That's the one I had.
I haven't had that one. You know what? We need to do like a prairie theme because we need to get some variety. Or I need an excuse to go spend some big money on their beers.
Yeah, I'd be up for a prairie podcast. Well, it'll be like a cowboy one.
Take out a microloan and purchase, their whole line of beers.
Yeah, their beers are expensive.
I really want to try that Ballast Point watermelon one too that's out right now.
Oh, the watermelon Dorado. I actually just tried it this weekend,
Dorado?
or 2 weeks ago. It was good. Very watermelony.
Watermelony.
Refreshing.
Okay, so you know what? We're coming up to the end of the hour here. Do we want to attempt to do Delirium in like 2 weeks or so? You want to try that?
Actually, let's do that because we all talked about how we could find it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Shoot for that. Oh well. Teresa, know that I'm gonna ask you. Do you have any last words? But not right now. Rick, do you have any last words for the podcast?
I don't know, man. Just public safety announcement, man. Just be careful around water in the South.
Careful around.
See, like our 3 listeners, if you're down somewhere, just be a little careful.
Yeah, watch out for alligators. But then also, we've been having a crazy amount of flooding lately. So, that's the other thing. Is that really don't drown, turn around. That's my public safety announcement for everybody. Teresa, are we prepared for last words on the podcast?
I'll follow up that PSA with another PSA, which is kids, be careful with fireworks.
Boom.
Speaking of that, Teresa, we never talked about your husband's 9-inch nail tattoo. I told you. Remind me so we can
I'm sorry. I thought you said something when we were talking about the pool, which is like the picture you saw the tattoo in.
Yeah, and I never circled back to it.
Well,
Okay,
and
so
you said, you were like, that's a good segue, and then you went into something else. I was like, oh,
sorry.
he did
I
not
am
segue
sorry.
where I thought he was segueing.
No, this, I know I facilitate the podcast, but this is as much of my podcast as it is, you two. So you need to intervene or they object
We're here.
or something.
Do I get the talking stick?
But anyways, I'm literally handing you the talking stick right now. Please tell me why your husband thought it was a great idea to get a 9-inch nail tattoo on his chest.
So I believe we had been dating for like less than 6 months at this point, and he was a huge Nine Inch Nails fan. And I think the album was With Teeth. I think that's the one that had just come out. And anyways, he and some friends went to. We were still living in San Angelo. He and some friends came to the show in Austin at Stubbs, and he was like, came back. He was like, that show was amazing, changed my life. I love it so much. I'm gonna go get a tattoo. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get this tattoo right here on my chest. And I'm just thinking like, that sounds like a terrible idea, but also, I've been dating this guy for 6 months. Like, I'm not gonna tell him what to do or not to do with tattoos. Like, that is way not my place. So I didn't say it.
That's how Rick's wife felt when Rick was gonna go get another dinosaur tattoo. She's like, I barely
That's
need.
how she felt the first dinosaur tattoo, and then also the second dinosaur tattoo. But she's the first person. She's the first person to be like, "Hey, somebody, come look at Rick's tattoos." Like she brags about them all the time. She just doesn't love them.
Yeah. So there was other tattoos that I vetoed, but that was later on, and I don't remember. This was like a few years ago, but I don't even remember what we were talking about. But he said something, and I guess I was teasing him about the Nine Inch Nails tattoo, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't really like that." And that's when I finally told him, like, 7 or 8 years later, I'd be like, I knew that was a bad idea back then, but I didn't feel like it was my place to say anything. And he's like, yeah, it's all right.
So, does he have any plans on getting it removed? Does he have
No.
No?
He
I don't
has
know
he has a tattoo on his back that he wants to get covered up, and he's got plans for that, and he's got that Texas tattoo, and he wants to get some cactus behind it, kind of add to it, but I don't know about that one.
I was trying to think of words that he could expand out with it, but like that's what's going through my mind while I'm watching my kid. I'm like, what else could he add to NIN? But then I'm like, because the first N is backwards, and then maybe could make it into like a spaceship or something. But.
Well, and that specific like that NIN is like their logo, right? But that tattoo that he has with the little lines coming out of it, like that was part of the album art because it looked like a barcode with squiggly lines. So it was very specific to that album that they were like promoting at the concert.
Oh.
Sure.
He bought the shirt, and he was like, I want this tat, gave it to the guy, and he's like, yeah, I can do that for you. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna send you this picture, and you're gonna be like, oh, yep, that's a thing.
That I do. So I saw another picture that it looked like you were getting a tat. I didn't realize you had any tattoos. Yeah, I'm looking at this now. Yeah, that's exactly what he has. That's
yeah. I have one tattoo. So that video was from 7 years ago, apparently. And my best friend she lived in San Angelo at the time, but she was moving to D.C. and she was coming through Austin and San Antonio and then driving out to meet her husband in D.C. And it was one of those like, I don't know when the next time I'm going to see you is. What's our life going to be? And she was like, we should get tattoos together. And I'm like, we totally should.
Y'all got caught up. Yep.
Caught up in the moment, yeah. And so we got these little sparrows on our hips. And now she lives in Austin, like 15 minutes away from me. And like, not as, I mean, I love my tattoos still, but it's just, we were at the pool one day, and like it's on the same hip, and so we're like sitting in the little, chairs at the pool, lounge chairs, and Jared comes out there and he's like, you guys are so gay with your matching tattoos. And I'm like, well, when we got them, we didn't really picture this exact scenario, like where you can see them.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I didn't know. Yeah, I don't have any tats. I've often thought about getting the H2O, like the molecule in its molecular form somewhere. I don't know why. That's crossed my mind because I'm just like, man, I love water. I love water so much. I'm gonna do this.
Do it. Do it.
Get it, you know, the
Make a
3D
bad
structure,
decision.
the 3D structure on my back. You know that whatever the bent polar molecule, bent linear,
Dude,
whatever.
it's going to start with that, and you're going to end up with the Krebs cycle on your chest. You know what's going to happen.
Then
I've
I'm gonna
seen
put
a
ideas on the top.
I've seen a bunch of like there's always articles on like running websites that are like 32 great running inspired tattoos, and they're all some of them are kind of typical, but one of them was like a molecular structure of something like related to runner's high, like whatever endorphin or is in your system, and it was like the runner's high, and they had it tattooed on their foot.
That's
I was
cool.
like, that's kind of cool.
See,
Little
my
two
first
cents.
thought was going to be it was going to be lactic acid or something.
No, because you don't want that. You don't want to be reminded
Well,
of that.
that's what you get a
terrible.
lactic acid tattoo to like ward off the lactic acid spirits.
If that's how that works.
That's,
I love
trust me, that's how tattoos work, Teresa.
Okay. So you have dinosaur tattoos to ward off the dinosaurs?
Yeah, have I been attacked by one yet? Nope.
Yeah, it's true. I will be getting Costello a alligator tattoo then. And
Yeah, trust me, I've not been attacked by an octopus or a mermaid yet either, so boom.
You have a mermaid tattoo?
Mm-hmm. I do.
boy.
Siren one. She has tattoos on her back. So my tattoo has tattoos.
Nice.
I want
I wish
another tattoo.
The mermaid had Pretty Ricky on her back. That'd be legit.
Nice.
Nope.
Anyways, all right. So yeah, this is Rant 114. It's the quasi July 4th beer podcast. That's what I'm calling it. We just named it right now. My beer was terrific. Everybody, hey, thanks. I like that we finally got together, like kind of like the original group back together. Randall, we know we missed you, but I know he just got out of work and he's probably just getting home. Public transportation down there.
6 hours from now, so yeah, it's 5 o'clock for him.
Yeah, so I know he got off at 4, but then he's like, I gotta go to the gym. Cause I was gonna ask you, Rick, does Randall look like a guy that works out every day? Cause he always tells me he's working out. So I'm like, did he look that
There's
way?
no right way for me to answer this question, so I'm not.
All right, so Rant 114, you can find it on iTunes, Stitcher. Well, if you're listening to it, fuck, you already got it. But if you're listening on Google Hangouts, you already got it. EmptyRant.com, @EmptyRant on Instagram and Twitter. So we'll just finish it up there. And until next time, keep drinking good beer. All right.
Peace.